We're turning now to weather to Matt. Matt, it felt a little bit like an old friend this morning with the rain showing up. It was nice and fresh, but we're kind of glad it's not sticking around for too long since it is August.
Yeah, that's right, Laurel. Best kind of summer rain. One that shows up, gets its business done, and then takes off and leaves us with good weather, even on the same day, which is what we have outside right now. It really turned into a nice afternoon, and no surprise by that either. Let's check it out. This is the scene from Newport. We've got the camera pointed on down to the south and east, or looking inland. We're usually looking out over the ocean, but it's a really beautiful look there out at Newport. So I hope you're enjoying your day at the coast, if you are at the coast. 61 degrees down on the central Oregon coast. The rainfall, such as it was, a little bit more than what our modeling had suggested. Close in some areas like Scappoose, 1100s. That's what we had downtown. But the airport had 1900s, and Troutdale had over a quarter of an inch, and that was one of the heavier spots in all of Oregon, even beating out Astoria's 1300ths of an inch. So an interesting distribution of the rainfall. Now, with the clouds and the rain, we had a cooler day. 73 was our high. That's below average by about 9 degrees. Everybody was a lot cooler than yesterday. Even that 97 at Ontario is a couple degrees cooler than the 100 degrees they hit yesterday. Hey, you know what today is? It's called the cross-quarter day. What's that, you may wonder? Well, think Groundhog Day or even Halloween. Those are both cross-quarter days as well, marking the midpoint of a season. So it actually occurs a little less than an hour from now. We will be halfway through summer. Now, in ancient times, the ancient Celts, for instance, considered the cross-quarter days to be the beginning of the season. So if you think about Halloween, that was what they considered to be the beginning of winter. It's the beginning of the dark season. Then the solstice was the midpoint of the season. Then the next cross-quarter day was the end. We don't think of it that way these days anymore, but it is interesting. We are halfway through summer, which began on June 20th and will end on September 22nd. So there you go. By the way, the name of this cross-quarter day, according to ancient traditional peoples, is Lammas, which is also called Loaf Mass. Yeah, maybe I'll do a podcast on that, Loaf Mass and the cross-quarter days. Nonetheless, let's get back to this. The clouds are clearing, as you can see, and we're going to continue with that trend. The winds, though, haven't died down over in the gorge, and for that reason, we've got a wind advisory in the gorge till 11 o'clock tonight. Still sustained at 26 miles an hour over in the Dalles. There's also a fire weather warning there because of the wind and the dry conditions. We had some blowing dust across parts of Oregon during the day today, too. All right, tomorrow, though, clouds in the morning but no rain. It'll become sunny, in fact, partly sunny by noon, and then we'll make 79 tomorrow, so we'll add 7 to today's high. Now, there is another weather system out here right there, but that one will be weaker than the one that came in this morning. Won't do a lot, maybe produce a little drizzle at the coast tomorrow morning, and Futurecast shows how that goes down. You see the clearing we get on Friday afternoon, looks great, but then overnight Friday and into Saturday, you start to see more clouds and a few spots of drizzle there. Not a big deal. It's going to break up super quickly, so the coast will have sun in the afternoon, and we will too, and we'll end up with a beautiful Sunday as temperatures begin to warm back up. It is 72 right now, the freezing level this morning at 11,800 feet. Clearing sky tonight. That'll only last for a while because right around sunrise, those marine layer clouds will form up again, but they'll burn out by mid to late morning, and we'll get up to 79 tomorrow. We'll do 79 again on Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday warms up. 85 on Sunday, 90 on Monday, and back into the 80s next week as we see some really nice weather. Hey, Laurel, I uploaded a new episode of my podcast, Under the Big Umbrella with Matt Safino. It's about a recent backpacking trip and the rookie mistake that I made and how I survived it. So check that out.
You, a rookie mistake? I can't believe that. We look forward to listening to that.
Guess I was due.
Happy Loaf Mass, Matt.
Yeah, right, you too.